I'm so ready for this. Gotta remember to apply my thumbnail. Hello, hello, hello. Hello to all and anyone. Hello. Working on uploading something here while I'm on this chat. Oh, my back. Try to sit a little straighter. It's always a little late for people to come in. Even with like a 3-4 hour ahead of time heads up. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. I wonder how many does that. Hey, Heather. Girl, you're the first to even say howdy. I got out today and done a video, so reason why I didn't get the shout outs, but I'm going to be doing them tonight, which means it's going to be a double shout out yesterday and today. Changed it again. Girl, you're going to start confusing me. So how have you been today, Heather? A little dead air right now. Kind of waiting for all to come in. A little slow right now. Do hope that everybody had a good Labor Day today. Enjoyed your picnics or whatever you got to go out and do. Me, I ran out and done a video. Not exactly something that you would do on Labor Day. Hello, David. How have you been today? Hey, Mark. So how has All's Day been today? Any of you do anything special for Labor Day? Oh, I hate to hear that, David. I'm doing all right. Just sat at home. I'm busy uploading a video. It's a long one, but it's what I ran out and done. I was kind of thinking of Terry when I was doing it. I don't even know if she's going to end up watching it. I might have to leave a link in the chat. Oh, my hair ended up so flat. It's getting long. But I don't want to cut it again. It needs some fluff. I can't add any chemicals to my hair. My scalp has become allergic to everything. I know that the title reads Come Chat and Meet Great New Friends. But I actually did prepare a trivia for tonight. Hey, Julian. We're going to have to get some chat going on here or something. It's kind of dead at this second. So we are going to be playing trivia at the time that I put the title on because I had set the announcement early. I didn't have a trivia made out. And I didn't know if I would get to it or not. I mean, I might get some newcomers in tonight. That'd be cool. I'm doing pretty good, Julian. And because I went out and done a video, I didn't have time for shout outs. So I am going to be getting the shout outs out later today, which means it's going to more or less be a double shout out. What did you do for your Labor Day, Julian? Sounds like what Mark done. I went out and done a video, so I did something. When I was with my ex and we got paid ahead of time, Or we would get us something for picnic and we would go to the lake. I guess they didn't go to the lake today, though, because I spoke to my son. Maybe they didn't get paid early. Well, no, they'll be paid tomorrow, so they couldn't have gone to the lake today. They get paid tomorrow. Yeah, we do. Someday we can get one started. I have nothing to speak about. Well, there's something different. So we've got 2 homebodies, 1 video, and 1 shop. Now, come on, somebody, come up with something. I know that we've had dead air before, but this is bad. An embarrassing story. Hmm. How embarrassed I would have been if I came to this chat with my hair the way it looked. Oh, that sounds cool. Anywhere else in the world? I would stay right here. I've never had any curiosity to go abroad. I guess I'm so set in the way I live here, I wouldn't know how to adjust. Hey, Dylan. Oh, well, that's okay. We're desperately trying to come up with conversation while waiting for people to come in. I've got a trivia set up, but it's hard to do trivia if you don't have players. So we're trying to come up with a good conversation until we can start playing. Yesterday's trivia we done on famous people. Famous people. How do you think you would have fared on that? We ended up with pretty good scores. Julian and David ended up tied with 11, so that was pretty good. Oh, yeah, they'll do it. Ouch. Oh, I know of something that was embarrassing. Yeah. So something embarrassing that happened to me was in January, hubby had to go to Round Rock to do testing so that he could become a team leader. And the hotel that he picked for us, there was an IHOP next door. And so we was hungry and we decided to go eat. And it was a little late. And so we went to the side door. No, just famous people. Anyway, so like we went to the side door thinking that it was an entrance. I mean, it was partially open somewhat. So we just walked in and everybody's like staring at us. And then one of the waitresses comes over and says, "You're not supposed to come in this way. This is the fire door." So we had to walk around the front and to beat all, when they went to put us at a table, they put us right among the people that watched us come in that side door. So we had to sit among the ones that was laughing at us. I don't know if an alarm went off or not. It probably didn't because it wasn't, the door wasn't completely shut so that it would be activated. But after we had finally gotten our order, we're sitting there and we're enjoying our food, and the head manager comes over and says, "It's got to be fully shut." He slams it shut real hard and locks it. It was. Oh my gosh. Oh, David. Wow. Yeah. Who else had an embarrassing moment? Oh, wow. That's a long time to be stuck in there. Who else had an embarrassing moment? Wow. But that kind of hurt. Yeah, that had to have hurt. Ooh. Yeah, embarrassment for her majorly and embarrassing for everybody else who saw it. Wow. Boy, we're kind of getting a little nitty-gritty here. The most embarrassing thing for me, the very, very most, is that when I was living with my ex, my daughter was only about 4, 5 years old. We went fishing a lot, and I was on my period. I thought everything was cool. Next thing I know, we have stopped at the lake to go fishing, and my sister-in-law, who was with us, said, "Did you get in the mud or something?" I ended up having a horrible mess, and I had to do something about it. It wasn't anything I could do. We was far, far, far away from home, and I was stuck like that. That's extremely embarrassing. That's even hard to share. Her son was with us too. I wasn't had but Julian shared about his girlfriend, so I thought, okay, I'll throw it out there. It's extremely embarrassing. As women, we have it rough sometimes. There was another time when I was in elementary school. I was like in third grade, I believe it was. And I was swinging on the swing, and I leaned back too far to get it to swing up higher, and I fell off the swing into the mud that was at where everybody had scraped the dirt. There's always that little path underneath the swing, and it was loaded with some mud, and I landed in that. The teacher told me to go into the bathroom and rinse my hair out the best I could. Oh, mm. Oh, oh. I've stepped in it barefooted and with shoes on, and it's not pleasant either way. I can definitely imagine that, Heather. I can. Hello to Leader J. Sandal, paddle, belt, switch. Those were the good days, being corrected, learning what not to do. Well, thank you. Yeah, my mother-in-law painted that back there. Well, basically, like currently, I'm doing a weight loss vlog, which I've been doing a weight loss journey now for a little over a year. But I also do park reviews. I do videos about parks, and I review products and movies, do general vlog and Then also I work toward helping small channels grow by, like, for instance, with you being here, if you've got a channel that I can promote, I will not only give you a shout out because you showed up, but I will leave a link in my shout out video for others to see. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hi, Mitchell. So yeah, I just more or less I kind of get into everything or anything rather. I'm trying to more or less spread what I'm doing videos about so that it appeals to more audience. Yes, very much. There's this one Snapchat character that I use, I call Big Mouth, and a lot of times I'll use that particular character to do reviews, like on movies. Oh, well, good. I will most definitely leave a link then. Anybody who's got a channel gets a link put out so that others who watch the videos can check your channel out. No, Anthony, I'm not. How you doing, buddy? Um, I've got it tied back. I had worn a cap earlier today, and I tried to get my hair to back out, but it wouldn't. Yeah, that would be all pleasant. And when I figure out how to do that, I guarantee you she'll show up. I just got to figure out how. As usual. What did you do for Labor Day today, buddy? Oh, so in other words, you dig into the stuff that is like controversial. A lot of people done nothing today. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. And I'm always looking for new people to get to promote. So I'm very flattered that you come in, and maybe you'll become a part of my YouTube family and eventually get a wrench and everything else. We're always looking for good new friends. Well, that's something that I would love to talk to you quietly about, Mitchell. No, actually, I do it to everybody. That is one of the big things that I am doing. I am promoting people's channels to help them grow. Tell you what, if you've got a video out about Obama and the Antichrist, definitely something that I'm interested in. Well, as long as you're not hurting yourself. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Hashtag I support 45. There you go. There you go, buddy. Mark used to go by President Trump. That was his original username, so. Yep. Queen Elizabeth, Her Majesty. All right, I guess we're going ahead and get started on the trivia here. Hashtag Boris, hashtag Corbyn. Well, apparently David knows. All right, let's go on ahead and get into the questionnaire. I wish that Terry was here right now. Well, I'm glad that you do, David, even if it doesn't have anything to do with you, basically. Anyway, if Terry was here, is right up her alley. I bet she'd be able to literally kill this trivia. So, let's go on ahead and get started. Hope y'all are ready because this is all about Elvis. Well, I just learned something. Okay. Well, we could talk a little bit longer and give Jay a chance to get back in. Yeah, I'm really learning something. Do your bestest, Anthony. Yeah, I don't know anything about what's going over at the UK, or at least not very much. I know very little. Huh, that's interesting. Are you still here, Heather? Never know when that girl disappears. for any of you who left beforehand, um, Terry actually finally did show up in the chat, and she actually hadn't been feeling very good because of the heat. Well, she's young. Well, fairly young. My brother was born a year before Elvis died. But anyway, Terry just hadn't been feeling too well where it's been so hot. And she said that she's stressed out and it's really messing with her. Other than that, she's okay. Um, yeah, that would make it about right. That would make it about right because my brother's 43. And I told her that I would ask all of you to be praying for her still. Yeah. Um, so if y'all don't care, just be praying for her that, for one, at least that she can tolerate the heat, but mostly for all the stress that she's going into. I'd say you do, David. But I did tell her that I was going to make sure to ask everybody to continue praying for her. She's just under a lot of stress. She said that her lease is about to run out and she's not going to be staying at that apartment. And I know. You two's a beautiful item. I know it's long distance, but you two's got a very good heart for one another. It's beautiful. I found out that without the water, Terry pays $1,000 a month on her apartment, and it's about a 900 square foot, which isn't much bigger than this one. This is an 896, and I only pay $850. And like sometimes the water runs close to 100 for her. Well, Yin's got to remember, Yin's was splitting too. Part of Yin's was your dad, part of Yin's was your mom. So you wasn't just in one person, you was in both. But yeah, so I really feel bad for Terry. And I told her that if it would ever work out, that it would be great that when her lease is up, that and she could move here to Waco with me, because there's all kinds of apartments around here and they're cheaper. I think she'd enjoy it here in Waco. But she said she can't move anywhere until her son leaves for college anyway, so or leaves for school. But it'd be great for her to get out of that. I can see the stress she's going through. Hey, that's pretty cheap. 700 for a 3 bedroom. That's absolutely cheap. Is it a 1 or 2 bath? Oh, a house, okay. How many baths does it have? It is. So 1.5. Well, that's nice still. Yeah, right, Anthony. Uh-huh. Yeah, buddy. A 2 bedroom house. I can hardly wait till me and hubby gets a house. I don't mind living in apartments though. It's a home. Oh, basements are pleasant, especially if they're not damp. Then you've got great storage space. Is it a rent to own or just rent? I feel you there, David. I tell you, you get lonely and Terry gets lonely. I was telling her last night how lonely I get. I mean, yeah, I've got my husband, but my husband sleeps during the day. He works at night. It's just me and my fur babies, even when he's here at home. I don't have any bestie to hang with. It gets hard. Have you got the option to choose to rent to own or to buy it or it is, it's still good. So anyway, we'll get started here with the questions. If Jay makes it back in, then he can get involved. Oh, I understand that. I understand that, Mark. That's how it is for us. Financially, it's not possible for us to get us a home yet. We're just talking about whether we live in an apartment or a house and whether or not we can afford to own a house. Just casual conversation, Mitch. Do you live in an apartment or do you live in a house? Honestly, when it came to credit, I ended up ruining my credit so bad. So finally, I made it a rule that it was cash only. Not to mention, my credit is so poor, I wouldn't be approved for anything anyway. So it's all got to do with having cash on hand. If we don't have it on hand, we're out of luck. Do you know if your parents own it or if you rent it? Do you know anything about that? Sometimes the kid doesn't know. Do you have any clue? Boy, that was a rough sneeze. Well, I hope the best for you. It is always hard to get a job, especially if you don't have a resume or any experience. But I can hardly wait till I get my new glasses. These have got the scratch resistant coating on them, and That scratch resistant coating kills. It's crazy. Yeah. A lot of times the kid isn't sure if they own or rent their home. Now 625 is decent. That's kind of in the middle, Julian. Mine is like 529. I really did ruin my credit, and it wasn't with credit cards so much. It was just taking advantage of getting this and that for a month free, and then you'll be charged. And by the time it came around for me to pay, I didn't have the finances. So I ruined myself pretty bad there. Finally, I just forget it. I don't have the money. I ain't getting it. Okay, before we start trivia, I want everybody to tell me. That's good to know, David. I'm not the only idiot out there. And I mean that in a good way. I'm not belittling anybody. I mean that in a good way. And before we start trivia, I need to know who and all's here. Everybody speak up who's here. Absolutely. That's the only thing we've got is debit card. And you know you don't buy anything if it's not on there. Well, I must have a giant nest of doves above. And Catherine's sleeping on it. She's not even getting to enjoy it. No, I was hoping that Heather was still here, but all right. We'll get started. Hopefully Jay will make it back in. Okay. What is Elvis's birth year? All right, Levi. Just in time for the first question, buddy. Wish there was a way to tell Terry, get over here. She is going to be upset that she missed this. I'll put Heather's name down here just in case. For the longer usernames, I have to put the short version down below so I can mark it. Alexandra Polish girl. Hello. Hello, H. Chowkey. Doing pretty good. Oh, that's great to know, Levi. And try to get these folks down here. Okay, so we have got, yeah, it's great. We have got 30, 35, 41, 26, 36, 34. Anybody else have an answer? Elvis's birth year. Hey, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, the answer is January 8th, 1935. So David got it. As long as you've got Jesus Christ with you, Mitch, there's nothing to fear at all. You don't have anything to fear anyway, buddy. You really don't. I promise you don't. The Antichrist, unless you're left behind when Jesus calls us home, don't mean anything until after the tribulation. So you're fine. Okay, the second one. What was the complete date of his death? What was the complete date of Elvis's death? Well, I gave it to Mitchell. If you can't guess the complete date, then that's okay. You sure that you're not an American, David? You know an awful lot of us. Okay. Oh, you don't think so? You know, they say that he didn't, and they say that he did, and I know his music didn't die. I can definitely agree with that one. Well, then you may do pretty good with this, David. So it was August 16th of 77. What year was Jailhouse Rock performed? What year was Jailhouse Rock performed? Okay, we only got one correct, and that's David with 57. What year was Don't Be Cruel performed? What year was Don't Be Cruel performed? Guesses are good too, Mark. Any others? Well, once again, David is correct with 56. We might get into some questions at Skunksy. Where was Elvis born? Where was Elvis born? You're safe there, Mitchell. Ah, I'll let you have that, buddy. I'll give you a point for that. Tupelo, Mississippi. Levi and David got it, and I gave you the point, Mitch, just because you said USA. I'm generous. Elvis has grandkids. True or false? No, see, that's something that I never knew. I never knew that Lisa even had any kids. So it is true, which is what the answer was anyway. How many sales has there been for Elvis's music? How many sales has there been for Elvis's music? A very large number, yes. Yep, point for Levi. Shh, don't tell people I'm giving away points. Julian actually came the closest with 500 million. It's actually 600 million, and that is of the when they had written down the who knows when it was updated, but 600 million. Oh, okay. What different labels carried his music? What different labels carried his music? You got that point, buddy. No, you didn't. You didn't get the point because you missed it. I'm not giving them away that generously. Elvis Records Incorporated. That's pretty good, Mitchell. Not good enough for a point, though, buddy. Motown always carried the black artist. Well, he's almost correct. He got two of them. It is Sun and RCA, and the third, there was actually a third that carried it, and that was HMV. David was definitely correct, though, when he said he grew up Elvis. He has got 7. What was Elvis's twin brother's name? What was Elvis's twin brother's name? Elvis too. And I can't even begin to pronounce that one, Dylan. Yep, he was a twin. Yeah, his twin brother was born 35 minutes before him, and he was born stillborn. They buried the baby in an unmarked grave. Yeah. In reality, Elvis kind of had to deal with some tragedy. I know, yeah. He always felt that it was his fault that his twin brother died, and he really struggled with his mother's death. So he kind of had a rough one to go. Yep. Um, his middle name was Garin, Jesse Garin. Was Elvis born in a hospital? That's true, Levi. They were. Yeah. Yep, he was definitely born at home. What year did Elvis graduate? What year did Elvis graduate? Well, Dylan, he would have only been he would have been 13 years old in 48, and Mitch, he would have been 5 years old. Yeah, he graduated in 53. Talk about surround. Everything but 1953. Yeah. Where did Elvis work before he became a singer? Where did Elvis work before he became a singer? All right, I'll throw it to him. There. I'll give it to him just because he made you smile. No, you got it before I gave the answer. You corrected yourself in time. No, he wasn't a farmer. busboy, gas station. Yeah, he had a job. He actually did work before he had a career. He worked in a mechanist shop. A mechanist. He worked in a mechanist shop. And he drove truck for that job. He drove truck for that shop. Some pretty good guesses, though. How old was Elvis when he bought Graceland? How old was he when he bought Graceland? He was actually 22. That's pretty young to own a mansion. And I also found out that Graceland originally was on a farmer's plot, 500 acres, and it was called Graceland before Elvis bought it. It was named by the owner's aunt. Let's see, make sure I get this right. The owner's aunt, her name was Grace, and the place was named Graceland after her aunt. Ah. Uh, anyway, so when Elvis bought it, he liked the name so much he let it stay. But it actually was a farmhouse on a 500-acre land. How much did Graceland cost Elvis? You're okay, Mitch. How much did Graceland cost? $5. Well, at least you're throwing something out there, Mitch. Boy, if we could buy a home for $5, we'd be good. It was 102,500. That's kind of cheap, but you got to remember that was some time ago too. So I guess it was some pretty good money at that time. But seeing that originally it was just like a farmhouse, a farm mansion, 102,500 ain't bad. Nope, just 102,500. What year did he buy Graceland? That's the year he was born, Mitch. Oh. It was in 57. He bought it in 57, which was the year that he sung Jailhouse Rock. And here is the last clinker. How did Elvis spell his middle name? Yeah, I agree there. How did Elvis spell his middle name? He actually had spelled it Aron. An extra A was added later so that it was spelled more correctly. But originally, his name was spelled Aron. Nope. Yep, his middle name was Aaron, that's for sure. And it was changed to Aaron later on. But originally it was spelled with one A. It never did say exactly what year he changed it to two A's. But originally his parents spelled one A. Oh, shoot it. Have yous ever literally, like, how can I put this? Almost like, I know that we wear perfume or cologne and uh, deodorizer, but have you ever smelled yourself like iron or almost like it was about to start fire? Um, on occasion, like, it almost smells to me like I smell iron coming from me. Iron, or like almost like I'm about to catch fire. My skin. Um, no, nothing more than usual. I mean, it's a little warm in here, but no. It's kind of odd, though. On occasion, I do. It almost smells a cross between like I could start fire or that there's a lot of iron radiating off of me. It could be my sweat. I mean, I did just go walking, but I have smelled that from my skin before, even without over sweating or anything. It's just on occasion, it's like I can smell the iron. It's weird. It's really weird. Does it? I've not even drunk that much water today. Yeah, I haven't drunk a lot of water today. I'll have to pay closer attention to that. Um, it's been a while since I've even done that, and I'll have to pay closer attention to it when it does. See if I can pinpoint what's causing it. You just smell like Mitchell. Oh, buddy. Our good old buddy Mitch. I love you, baby boy, I tell you. You're an awesome kid. The Trinkies spreading out of your pores. Do you eat a lot of Trinkies? Oh, wow, Mitchell. Buddy, baby. I hate to kind of tell you this, but it might be why you're not really losing any weight, pal. All right, David, thank you so much for coming in, buddy. You have a great night. I mean, you can have a Twinkie, but maybe only one as a dessert. You must really like Twinkies. I don't think I could ever eat that many. I could barely ever handle eating one. I haven't had one since like I was a kid. I do know that he's wanting to lose weight, Julian, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's obese. But it would make it a little harder to lose any weight at all, eating that many Twinkies. Maybe cut it down to 2 Twinkies a day, bud. Are you still walking with your dog? Oh, you just have a stomach roll. Okay. Well, you know what? That's a good way of looking at it. That is. Oh, wow. Well, that's good, Mitch. You just bring down how many you eat. Maybe just 2 a day. That would help a little. I understand that you enjoy them, but too many junk foods like can backfire and cause a person to have trouble with weight loss. I like unrolling the Swiss rolls and fingering out the vanilla cream and then eat the cake as I unroll it. And for some reason, I can't just eat it all rolled up normal. Oatmeal cream pies are good. They are good. Yep, ice cream's good too. Me and my ex used to get Little Debbie's all the time. He was a major Little Debbie fan. And anytime that we had an extra dollar or two, that's exactly what he would get. Which, of course, was when it was a dollar. And then when he would have an extra $2, he would get a box. So I've pretty well tried every Little Debbie cake there is. I have to say, Dylan, if I had a choice between ice cream and candy, and the rule was I couldn't put the candy on top of the ice cream, it would definitely be ice cream. Nutter butters. I have to say my favorite Little Debbie snack is the Supremes, the Marshmallow Supremes. Oh my goodness, I love those so much. And then my second favorite is the Fudge Round and then the Star Crunch. Now, see, that's like me, Julian. That's why I said that if the rules was that I couldn't put the candy on top of the ice cream, I'd probably get the ice cream, but I would try to get ice cream that had candy mixed in it. A lot of times, though, like if we go to make your own cut, I just go on ahead and add the candy on top of it. Just good old Oreos, huh? So do you take them apart and eat the cream first, or do you eat the cookie as a whole? M&M's over ice cream is good. Put the M&M's on the ice cream. Oh boy. Oh, cool. I've not heard of anybody dipping Oreos in peanut butter. Ah, if I'm going to have an Oreo cookie, that's it. I'm just going to have the Oreo cookie. I saw that they did have a new flavor out, but I think it's Moon Oreos. According to my Ibotta, I use Ibotta, and there was a refund on Moon Oreos. Oh, whatever that would be. Oh, so they don't change it to orange cream or anything, huh? Don't tell me Savannah goes for them. I know Savannah's working on losing weight. By the way, where has your sister been? I miss her being in the chat. Favorite chips? Oh boy. Ah, I love the cheddar and sour cream, especially the baked cheddar and sour cream. Oh my goodness. It's better that I don't even get those. I get the baked cheddar and sour cream and I eat the bag all in one sitting. It's not good. I like the Dandies cheese puffs. Cool Ranch Doritos are pretty good. Oh, well, she's got to do what she's got to do. Tell her I've been missing her. Yeah, Takis are good. My son got me started on those. He got me to try them. They're okay, but when you've got flavor, why go plain, right? Barbecue is okay. I think they're okay on a bologna sandwich. Either that or I'm extremely hungry and it's the only thing that's on hand. And I'm never in that scenario. Hmm. Only if I've had them on a bologna sandwich with ketchup. Other than that, I haven't dipped them in ketchup, no. Oh, okay. Well, I've never tried In-N-Out, so, huh. My sister-in-law, the one who got killed in the car accident, me and her ended up, I don't remember how it came about, but we had gotten hold of Lay's uh, salt and vinegar. Oh, Grippos, yeah. Oh, it's okay, Dylan. I'm able to talk about her okay. She was killed in 11. Anyway, somehow or another, I don't know how we ended up doing it, but we had gotten the Lay's salt and vinegar, and I guess she had French onion dip on hand, and so she just experimented and tried the vinegar, salt and vinegar in the French onion. She said it was good, so I tried it. I was hooked. And then I had tried the Snyder's salt and vinegar, and it was not good. It didn't taste good with the French onion dip. It it had got to be the Lay's salt and vinegar. Oh, that's the only real way to take care of plain chips. Seriously. If the only thing you has got is regular plain chips, get yourself some dip and just dip them so that they're flavorful. And it's got to be the French onion. You can't have ranch or cheese or anything else. It's got to be French onion. I have seen them. I've not ever tried them, but I've seen them. I also like Doritos and French onion. Regular nacho Doritos and the French onion. Oh boy. That was my sister-in-law's favorite. Milk and Doritos. Have to have a glass of milk with the Grippos. Oh, okay. Like I said, I never did try them. I've only seen their package. I've never tried them. I can only handle spicy to a point. Like for instance, the Takis that Dylan talked about, they I can only tolerate maybe about 5 to 10 of them, and then that's all my stomach can do. How about cookies, folks? Besides Oreos, we already covered Oreos. Uh, All right, Mitchell. Enjoy your dinner. Good night, baby. Never heard of Albertsons. I've seen those. I don't think I've tried them. I like iced oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I like what's similar to the shortbread cookies, kind of like they've got the windmill on them. They're the cheap stuff from the dollar store. And I like vanilla wafers and the cream filled vanilla wafers. I don't like chewy. I think they add too much baking soda. I don't like the soft batch. I don't like the Chips Ahoy chewy. I just think they add too much baking soda. But I do like the regular Chips Ahoy and I love dunking them in milk. I like dunking Oreos in milk too. I don't know which I like better, taking the Oreos apart and eating them separately like that or just dunking them as a whole. Yeah, that's a good thing though. That's a good thing. What about crackers? Mint Oreos? I'm not into mint too much. I mean, mint flavored stuff is okay, but I'm not into it so much. I don't ever choose anything mint flavored. My hubby likes mint flavored things, so I like those the rippled Cheez-Its with the right cheddar or the cheddar and bacon. Ritz crackers with cheese and peanut butter. Wow. I also like the the Ritz crackers that's turned into chips. Yes, chicken in a basket and a biscuit is good too. Now, I don't like just plain cheese though. It's got to have a twist to it somehow. I don't like the regular cheese flavored. Kind of, I don't know. But when they make it like cheddar and bacon or the right cheddar, I like the right cheddar pretty good. Or the zesty ranch. Oh my gosh. But the chicken and the biscuit? Well, basically to me, like they taste like regular like the rich crackers that's turned into those flavorful chips. And they kind of, you can taste a little bit of a chicken, um, a little bit of a chicken bouillon on it. So it's actually flavorful, The bouillon, the chicken bouillon is very light on it, so it gives it just enough flavor. They really are good. They're not gross. They're seriously not gross. They're really good. Yeah, it's kind of like almost, yeah, exactly. A salty garlic type chicken soup like flavor. Exactly. But it's very subtle. It's strong enough to make you want to lick your lips and get all the flavor, but at the same time, it's not overwhelming. They're good. Yes. We had gotten a cheap knockoff of the chicken and a biscuit, and they had added too much bouillon to it. It was had too much chicken bouillon on it, so it wasn't as good as the original brand. Out of all of the snacks, I have to avoid the cracker aisle the most. Favorite ramen flavor. It's according to if you get the Moroccan or if you get the can't think of that other brand. Moroccan adds vegetables to theirs. So, like in the cup of ramen, I most generally get the chicken. But I've also done the shrimp, and I like the shrimp. And that other brand that's just in the package with the flavor, it's always been chicken. But those seems like they all taste the same, except for the beef. The beef has got a different flavor, but if you go chicken or shrimp, it tastes the same. Yeah, I like the Moroccan, however they pronounce it, however they want it. But yeah, I really like that. It seems like it's got more flavor. I do. I like ramen noodles. They're good. I've got one cup left in the cabinet. Hubby had gotten me four of them, and I'm down to just one. They sure don't fill you up very easy, though. You always have to have food with it. Cheap quick snack. A single beef jerky that you just grab out of a box in a convenience store. I like beef jerky. It can be. We've got an Aldi's here, and they sell the mix, and it's relatively cheap. Now, before we get into the television show, what is everybody's favorite soda or drink? We've got to complete our snack here. What's our favorite drink? I like root beer, Coke, and cherry Coke. When I was pregnant with my son, I craved Pepsi, and then that changed. Don't know why I craved Pepsi. RC is good, but I drank that when I lived in Ohio. That was Mom's brand, and then like I had gotten myself a 12 pack some months ago, and there is so much carbonation in it that it actually caused me stomach trouble. And I love the flavor of RC, but my stomach can't handle it. Orange Crush is good. Fraps, is that like a ginger ale? I know I've seen the name, but I'm not aware of what Fraps is. I don't know anybody who likes grape. Anything. Seriously. I don't know anyone who likes grape anything. My ex-husband was allergic to grape flavored things, and my now husband doesn't like anything that's flavored grape. I don't go for grape. And I don't like cherry flavored stuff either. I think that tastes like cough syrup as well. If I've got to get something fruity, it has to be strawberry flavored. Yeah, I agree. Watermelon flavored anything is this like the Jolly Ranchers. Oh my goodness, the watermelon is so pathetic. It is just oh, I don't like Jolly Ranchers anyway because it's a hard candy. I like soft candies. I don't like hard candies, but there is an exception to the cherry rule of mine, though. The only thing that I think tastes good as a cherry flavor is the Blow Pops. I like their cherry. Yeah, they're pathetic. The watermelon Jolly Ranchers is ugh. I used to work in a convenience store, and guess what flavor all the Jolly Ranchers were that was left? Try both. If anybody had the taste for watermelon or grape, they was definitely there. The other flavors, the green apple, especially the green apple, stayed sold out. And then the next that stayed sold out was the strawberry. But the watermelon and grape, they always had a good stack of them. Buddy, I can't tell what you had put there because my computer's not showing it. Yeah, they do. Cherry flavor, just about too. Favorite slush? Ooh, blue raspberry. Well, now you got plenty of it, but I still don't know what it is. Like I said, my computer's not showing what it is, Anthony. I'm sorry, buddy. Ain't nothing like getting the tongue blue over a blue raspberry. Oh, wow, I'd say that is. Oh, Anthony, come on now. Don't get nasty on us. A back sign. Okay, thank you, Dylan. Yeah, bubble gum and orange creamsicle. Mm. Catherine, honey, don't start. Don't start picking on the dog. Don't do that. You be nice. You two's got to live with each other. You start being nice to her. I mean it. Start being nice to the doggy. And I heard you, Bouncy. I heard you, Catherine. Oh, those two, they're like siblings. The soda slushies, I like the Coke. I've never tried the cherry slushie. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I've tried the Pepsi slush, but I definitely do like the Coke. Yeah, I don't think I've tried cherry. Boy, slushes go down so good when it's extra hot outside. I haven't had a good slushy for a long time. What are you going on about, Catherine? She wasn't even doing anything to you, kid. My goodness. Catherine, stop it. It's a wonder my cat doesn't get a sore throat for her hissing at Bouncy all the time. My goodness. No, you don't need up here. You're safe at my feet. You just stay there. Stay at Mama's feet. You're okay. Blue, cherry, or Mountain Dew? Huh. A good place to get a slushie is the 7-Eleven. The favorite TV show. I love watching reruns of the Carol Burnett show and I Love Lucy. I don't have a current TV show that I'm into. Favorite hair strand of mine. I don't have a favorite hair strand, Anthony. Uh, I used to enjoy watching that show Bones. I got bored with it though. I don't have a favorite tooth either, Anthony. That is funny. Untold Stories of the ER is really funny. Oh, that's okay, Dylan. Yes, that is too. Oh, I agree. The acting is terrible, Dylan. But they tell of the real stories, the things that really did happen. They just kind of add a twist to it so that you can laugh about it. If you want, you can say it counts. I never could get into Friends and Everybody Loves Raymond. Never could. I don't know. I never could get into any regular TV show so much, especially like the half-hour jobs. Really didn't get into any of them. The Gone Girls. That's kind of an interesting show, but I don't get into it either. I don't know about Yes Dear, but yeah, when Full House was in spring, me and the kids watched that. And then we went to SpongeBob. You know, all of us was big on SpongeBob. I actually never heard of Yes Dear. Mama's not moving up for you to sit up here. Mama needs the back. I need the back of the chair. No, Mommy needs the back of the chair. You can get up here on Mommy's lap, though. You want up here? Not good enough, huh? Gotta sit behind Mama? Yeah. Well, Mama needs the back of the chair. Why? Because Mommy's back hurts. I don't want to speed up for you. No. No. You don't always get what you want. No, you don't. No. Not always. Not always. Yeah, you might think you're a little privileged, but you're not that privileged, kiddo. Mama's got to tell you no. Ah, yeah. Didn't watch Corey in the House, but we did watch Raven. We watched it. Does any of you know what show Raven first played in before she had her own TV show? That's right. She was so cute, but I never could get over those eyebrows. The eyebrows were wrong. Other than that, she is cute. What other favorites are we getting into? What is like your most comfortable temperature where you're not too cold and you're not too hot and you don't freeze easy and you don't get overheated? What's your most comfortable temperature? I'm comfortable at about 80. If it's sunny out, then I'm comfortable at 76 with no wind. If um, if it's sunny out, then it's gonna be 80 or warmer. It all has to do with the wind and how cool it is. I chill easy. 71, I would freeze. I can barely handle 74 when it's comfortable outside. A lot of times I'll go right back outside and stand in the sun. So far, it seems like I'm the only one that's got to have the much warmer temperatures. There's something wrong with me, guys. I can't handle the 70s like that. I freeze so easy. And my body is sensitive to the temperature outside, too. Like we've got it set at 74 or 75 in here. And when it's cooling down outside, I'm sensitive to that. Yeah, we're getting cooler nights here. It's like coming down to around, I don't know, maybe 75 or something like that at nights. But I literally can feel the cool down and like I freeze so easy. So while the rest of you are still wearing tank tops to bed, I'm having to wear long sleeves and cover up and still be cold and have to turn onto my belly and tuck my arms underneath me to stay warmer. Oh, I am not a normal person. Either that or you all are not normal. Maybe I'm the only normal one here. Well, what kind of work do you do at home, if you don't mind me asking, Mark? Well, for Texans, basically it is because, like, they keep 98 to 102 and 104. So, yeah, to Texans, 90 is a lot cooler for them. For me, 90 is perfect. They think it's still hot at 90. They would like for it to be like 60. And I'm going, oh. I do have my tolerance to a point, and then once it reaches a certain heat, then it takes my breath away. But my heat tolerance is a lot higher than others just because I do freeze so darn easy. It's not easy being a freeze box. Oh, cool. Nice. I have been trying to find something to do at home, but I don't have any skills or resumes or experience. So I'm settling with free work online, cheapo stuff that takes you a year to earn enough to cash. My sister-in-law used to, my brother's wife, used to work online at home. She done sales for for oh, what was that company? I can't even remember the name of the company now, but she was like a representative, a sales representative. Yeah, but it is income. Hopefully, you'll find something else though that will do even better, whatever you may be looking for or hoping for. Cool. I've often wondered if I would be able to do reception work. You have to put up with some very tough people. You have to have good people skills, Dylan. That much I definitely know. See, I would be able to pass on a typing test, or at least I think. I definitely can type keyboard, but if they're looking for speed, I'm not fast. Uh, where I would fail for reception is I don't have any kind of references. It'd be something for you to check into, Dylan. I know you've got great people skills. Oh, I think you've got great people skills. I mean, as far as what we've seen, and you mess with your computer all the time, so I'd say you're good on the keyboard. That'd be something for you to check into. If you'd be willing to put up with it until you could get used to it, yeah, Mark, I agree, that would. The thing about having anxiety is making yourself do what causes you to be anxious. Oh, you think so? I'm sociable, but at the same time, I have anxiety when there's a lot of people. When I worked at that convenience store, Ren, it was slow and I really never had any customers. I was A-okay. But when my bosses would come in or it would end up being a busy time of day, I would start panicking inside. Once everybody left, I was fine again. That's why if I was to ever go for a job, I wouldn't mind, like, I like going to the Michael's art store. Ah, hubby puts up with the senior citizens in the morning where he works the night. And he has to put up with some pretty grumpy oldies. Uh, anyway, if I would try for a job, I would like to put in an application at Michael's, at the art store Michael's, and I would apply for taking care of the back, handling the supplies, putting up the supplies. I would not want to work front with customers. I would rather just work in the back, putting all of the stuff up. Cool. Yeah, any job that I would go for would have to be where I wouldn't have to really deal with people because I do. I get to, I seriously get to panic. So I'd rather do something that I can kind of just do my own thing, take care of things, and not have to actually. That's the same with me, Dylan. I I struggle with interviews. Almost got me a job at Pizza Hut. And I said that I didn't like it when I had clean bathrooms, and I didn't like it when I had to drop everything to answer the phone. Needless to say, I was not hired. But it's a good thing too because they only paid $3 an hour and your tips was your money. I probably wouldn't have even gotten ahead on it. Now there are some elders that's okay. There are some they're understanding and very thoughtful, but then there are others that like, well, they're definitely cantankerous. Hubby has to deal with them every morning. They come in, they want their free drink that's offered to the senior citizens, and then they try to go as cheap as possible and get something that's around $1 to $2. Mm-hmm. Has any of you ever watched the stories of the employees? There's a lot of employees that has put their story up of their retail experience, their experience of working in a restaurant, working in a store, working in a department store. Always 60-year-olds. It's named Karen. Yeah, seriously. I would think they were like named Rose. Karens are the worst, huh? Now, I have to say, the few Lisas that I have known, kind of, yeah, almost. We've got a few months to go. It's getting there. Oh, hmm, hmm. Maybe I live in the dark too much. Ah, come think of it, I don't think I know any Karens. Not personally. I don't know if you'd call that gossip or if you would call that a high and mighty Christian. A better than thou. Slander's a good way of putting it. Me personally, I don't have any bent up emotions about elders. I get along with them pretty good. I get along with elders all right. Yeah, there are. There's some very nice elders out there. Oh, I call that a nosy elder. Ah, yeah, I've got a feeling that Levi has heard some of this from this particular Karen. I call that nosy. How would Karen know if so and so put anything in the plate? Oh, Anthony, you funny boy. Absolutely. I think we named Nancy the wrong name, didn't we? Should have been nosy neighbor Karen. Yes, exactly. It does sound like what somebody would say though, especially one that is like too nosy for their good. I am going to have to come up with another story just with Nancy alone. Nancy's got to get back into trouble again. Wasn't no fun her being innocent. I've got to get Nancy back in trouble, get her to realize she's wrong all over again. Her learning her lesson was too good to be true. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you're still talking about Karen or if you're thinking of some ideas from Nosy Nancy. Yep, I hear you. Yeah, everybody hears you. They do. They do. They hear you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure too. But I tell you what, he's giving me some ideas. They are really like, yeah. Either that or he's got as good of an imagination as I do. Oh, okay. Apparently not. I've got a new storyteller. We're going to let Levi tell about Bossy Karen. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's so disrespectful. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to hear any of that when I'm in church. Seriously. I can almost imagine it. Like, Karen is the entertainment for the day. What's Karen going to say this time? I can imagine everybody else going in. Oh no, there's Karen. Yeah, you should. That would add a little bit to the chat. And it'd end up being a good conversation start. Sure couldn't make it boring, that's for sure. Well, you know what? This is a start. This is terrific. I've got 4 of you here, and I'm like at the end of this stream. Exactly, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go on ahead and close this out. I want to get the shout outs done tonight instead of waiting until tomorrow. And I want to make sure to get it done before hubby has to start getting ready for work. So thank you so much, guys, for staying in this long. This is a first. It's awesome. And yes, be sure to give us Karen's quotes, Levi. Those are good. Those are really good. Even if they're real, that would be great. So anyway, I love you guys. Every one of you. Have a great night.